Hey everyone, your designers are here.
I'm Anita at Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home. And we've got tips and tricks and decorating advice for you today. So let's get started.
Today is episode 183, Fabulous Mother's Day Gift Ideas. And you know, Mother's Day is coming up very soon, sooner than maybe you think. It is Sunday, May 13th. So make sure you get that down on your calendars. It's also the day that most schools graduate, colleges graduate. So don't forget your mom if you're graduating from something on May 13th. You'll want to include her and get her maybe a nice gift or do something nice for her. And that's what we're talking about today.
Yes, and you can find show notes for today's episode at decoratingtipsandtricks.com/183.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a great episode to maybe help drop some hints. Perhaps you could just have it playing on your Alexa as your family is coming and going throughout the day. And they could get all these great ideas for Mother's Day gifts because moms sometimes, they don't make a wish list or they don't, let anyone know what they would really like.
Okay, so if any of my kids are listening to this,
I
like everything that I'm going to talk about today. I love. So It gives you lots of ideas. Okay, ladies. Now, I have a question on Mother's Day. Do you cook? Do you go out? Do you get waited on? What's the deal?
Oh, I go out. I'm not cooking on Mother's Day. Do you cook on Mother's Day, Kelly?
No, we usually we go out to dinner, and for years now. We've had an outing. So we've done something and I don't know what it is. And then everybody tells me to be ready at a certain time and then we go. So last year it was actually Peter's first time at the Rose Bowl and the Rose Bowl fell on Mother's Day Sunday that year. So we all went and that was really fun to all be there together because it was a very different experience for me to have my crew with me. And they really all enjoyed it. There was some, obviously at the Rose Bowl, there's something for everybody. So that was a lot of fun. And I say traditionally the girls wake me up with some tea and some, whatever they can find in the kitchen to put together for a little breakfast on a tray. So it's
sweet.
Really darling. They've been doing that since they were really little. So.
Remember my friend Peggy gave me the bed tray for
yes.
Christmas? So if my family's listening, my breakfast and bring it to me in the morning.
Perfect.
When my kids were home, I always got breakfast in bed. But now that, they're grown, everybody comes home and my sister and her family usually come up. My mom comes over. And so we have a big gathering, but my rule is I don't cook. So they all get together. Usually we grill something and we just have a big, big party / dinner.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
We've made that sort of into a tradition now because, traditions change as your family grows up. We used to go out, but now it's become sort of a fun barbecue for everybody, and the women get waited on hand and foot.
Nice.
Oh, I like that.
That'll do.
That is very nice. Yes.
A lot of people think about flowers or sending flowers or doing some sort of FTD thing or something. I mean, I love flowers. You mean, really, you can't go wrong with that. But sometimes the flowers that you can order online are somewhat uninspired and, you really can't necessarily pick exactly what's going to be in there. Sometimes you make a suggestion, but the florist that's 3,000 miles away, near my mother-in-law doesn't send her the right thing or, or you have to worry about the flowers being at somebody's doorstep and maybe they're out. So maybe think about some other options particularly if you have a mom who's far away or an aunt or just a woman that has been important in your life. It doesn't have to necessarily be a mom. Anybody who's been a mom to you. How about a beautiful vase? And, it's sort of a twist on the flowers. And of course, if they are close enough by, you could just put a pretty bouquet in there. But a vase, it has the same feel. It's maybe a vase is not like something people would normally go out and buy, like, oh, today I have to go get a
Themselves,
vase,
yes.
So I think Mother's Day gifts should be something that the person, would not purchase for themselves, not a vacuum or an iron or anything like that. So a vase, I found two absolutely beautiful ones who are very different. One little bird vase that holds just sort of like tiny little florals, little stems, maybe 5 or 6 little stems. So it's really not elaborate, but just absolutely charming. And then this white, more modern one with these sort of this like angled sort of cuts on it. And it's very organic looking and it's really beautiful. Small size. I think that both of them run around $20. So I'm going to put the links to those in the show notes.
Oh, good.
But I think that would be such a great gift. And I would love to receive something like that, especially somebody who likes to arrange flowers or just enjoys having flowers around, and it'll give them another vessel for their own creations.
Here's another idea,
great
Kelly.
idea.
I'm going to riff off yours. I think buying a lovely plant for the mom or the special woman in your life would be a really great idea, especially because like those like fiddle leaf figs are so hot right now. And sometimes a mom wouldn't buy that for herself, but it's a really pretty plant. Or like buying succulents and like get a tray and pot them because they're so easy to care for. And maybe it's something your mom wouldn't buy herself. And here's something that we did when my kids were small. They, for so many years, bought my mom a rose bush every year that she planted outside.
It's
and
a great idea.
And she loves them, and they are still living. Like this was a little while ago, and she's just been delighted.
And
all
now she has a
summer
rose
long.
garden over the years.
Now she doesn't have a lot of them. I think we
Right.
did it 3 consecutive years, and she said that's all I need. But she loves them, and she brings them in, and she always has vases filled with her roses.
That's a great idea. You know what I was thinking about is how you want a spa-like bath.
Yeah.
What if you gave mom one of those trays, that sits on top of your bathtub? You know what I'm talking about? That you put the
Yes.
book in. I've even seen some where you can slip a wine glass in there.
I've
cool
seen
is
those
that?
myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
You wanna
a
see those?
tray and a bottle of wine.
It's hard to
glass.
take your wine into the shower. I have tried it.
Yeah, but for the bath,
It's like you have like a spritzer. At that.
yeah. So this tray, if you and you can some of these newer ones, you can put your iPad on there.
Ooh,
but what about
danger.
if you put? I know that one didn't.
Don't take
really-
your blow dryer.
Yeah, exactly. That one didn't fly with me. But what if you had in there the tray, and then maybe you brought it to her with a little vase on there with some flowers in it, and some nice bath salts, and maybe a pretty towel or washcloth tied up in some pretty ribbon, and it was kind of a spa day that you were kind of offering her at home. I think that
That's
would
a
be-
wonder-ful idea.
Yeah, I thought that would be nice.
Oh,
a
I
nice
think that's lovely.
How about for the woman who doesn't have this, an Amazon Echo or Google? They have something, and then just make sure there's a little note on it that has how you can get decorating tips and tricks on the Amazon Echo, because we do have our own little space in there.
Oh, I love that. No, and really, that's a really great gift. And if someone hasn't embraced some of the new technologies that are out there, and if you are a techie person or you have at least embraced certain technologies, sharing them with your mom is a great idea. When my mother-in-law was here for Christmas, my husband helped her with a new iPad and setting up an Apple Watch. So that was part of our gift to her. He went to the Apple store, got her these things, and then helped her set them all up. And it's been great for her to have these, and particularly the Apple Watch. Not only is it fun for her to have, but it's a great thing. She lives alone, and now she can just talk to Siri if she needs to, needs help, needs to call 911, or, wants to text us or call us. She could do it right from her wrist. So I definitely think anything like that is a great gift. And my mother-in-law sort of embraces the whole idea. But even if your mom is like hesitant, maybe if you just walk her through it, or show her how to use something new on technology. I think that that's a great gift. And
I think it's a
time
good
together too.
Yeah. And I think it's a good idea that your mom gets updated. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And what about even something low tech? You can do something, you can get her the Amazon Echo, but also what about something low tech to go with it that's kind of comforting, like some lavender sachets for her drawers, or to sit out in her. I have an armoire that I use as a linen closet, and I love putting the lavender sachets in there. Or even, I also bought some lavender sachets that you throw in the dryer, and they just scent all your linen so nicely.
How nice! I've never heard of that, Anita.
Ooh, do you have a link for that? Let's put that in the show notes.
Oh,
I'll
have links
that.
for everything. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And how about, let's just keep on that same vein. What about essential oils in a diffuser?
Great
Because
idea. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I love candles. There's nothing that is, that pretty glow, but I keep a diffuser next to my bed, and I'm not going to keep a candle there. And I put some really nice essential oils that are good for me. And I let that go as we sleep. And it's wonderful.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants.
Hey, here's an idea to sort of get out with your mom or your special lady. For several years running, I did this with a dear friend for her birthday because her birthday landed around April. And this is when the Garden Conservatory, which is a national organization, has their open days. And open days is basically beautiful gardens all over the country and various cities open their doors to the public. And so you buy your ticket for your area, and then you are entitled to go to however many gardens they have on that particular day. So it's usually about 5 or 6. And then you drive around. Some of them are close enough where you can walk, but it is the most spectacular day. And the gardens, if you're a gardener or you just love beauty, if you just love being outside, it's just such a great day to spend time just seems to slow down
together.
a little bit, and you go and you walk through the gardens and you spend special time with your mom or your grandma or your aunt or whoever, and take in all the beauty. And then you're supporting the garden conservatory at the same time. So you can go on their website, the gardenconservatory.org, I believe. I'll put that in the show notes. And you can just pop in your zip code or your city, and then they'll give you a list of the gardens that are there. Now, it's not going to be in every single city, obviously, but it's not just major metropolitan areas. There are a lot of cities, smaller cities, that have these open days. And like in the Los Angeles area, we have open days for Pasadena, and there's even open days for Los Angeles. So we used to go to both.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, really
Something
nice.
fun to do. And I was thinking of another non-traditional gift that you could do. Now, if you've got Bobby around, if your husband is like Bobby and he's really handy, then, maybe you can, or I mean, if you've got somebody handy, then maybe you can get somebody to do those little honeydews for mom around the house.
Hire
But if
a
you,
handyman.
or that's what I was going to
That
say
would be
next.
such a good idea.
If there's nobody personally that's handy, then hire somebody to come in and do those honeydews for mom, because there's so many things I think people let go, especially maybe older people that, feel like they can't afford to get this thing or that thing fixed. So I think that's a great gift. And, this is something that my brother does for my mom when he visits. It's not necessarily on Mother's Day, but he will go in and he put in one of those backup cameras on her car and, things like that. He'll wire things in the house for her. So he comes up and basically just works for a day or two doing all this work.
Oh, that's
for
so
her.
sweet.
So nice.
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
I have the best Mother's Day gift. I already have it. So kids, you don't have to buy me this, but everybody else should. There are 2 books that should always be on your bookshelf. And one is called French Accents, and that's by our friend Anita at Secret Farmhouse. And the other book is called My Soulful Home, A Year in Flowers.
Oh,
And
you
those
very
2
Thank
books need to be on your bookshelf. They are beautiful and they're so well written, and your mom will love them. So moms of all ages, this is the perfect gift. You can buy them on Amazon, and I will put the links in the show notes.
Oh, that was so
Yes.
nice of you to say that.
Oh, and I'm so sincere about that. I love them.
Okay, so I have something to. I
Okay.
think we're all going to want. We're going to want this company to sponsor Decorating Tips and Tricks.
Okay, listen in, everybody.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm leaning in.
I think because I was thinking Mother's Day and all the I'm thinking of all these things that I would want and that I probably wouldn't buy for myself. Really nice slippers. I love really nice slippers. I don't have really nice slippers. My slippers are from the Rite Aid, but they were $11.99.
My
and I
kind
bought-
of girl.
Yeah, but they're so comfy. And I like, if I can't find my slippers, my little dog Edith now, when I go out, she'll take something of mine. It's usually, something on the floor, like a slipper or a sock or something, and she curls up around it. So I'll always come in. Yeah, it's so cute. But then when I can't find my other slipper, it makes me crazy.
It's like,
So I actually went back to Rite Aid and I bought another pair of slippers, but she doesn't eat them or anything. She just likes to be with them. She's so cute.
because she
that is
can't
so
be with
sweet.
you.
Anyway, so I was like, oh, okay, these slippers. Let me see. So I had heard of very expensive, like ridiculously expensive slippers. So I looked those up initially and I was like, no one in their right mind is going to spend this amount of money for slippers. But then I found this other company and it's called Birdie, like bird, but IE slippers. And all their slippers are absolutely gorgeous. And they're kind of like, like a hostess slippers. Almost like, you definitely, if you had like, there was a like girls' night in, and they do have like a rubber sole. So you could probably go out, very light treading outside in them. And each one of the slippers is named after a different bird. So my favorite is the wren. It's this animal print with this faux shearling insole.
Oh,
Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
nice.
I'm on
So-
their site now.
Are they great? They're so pretty. So
I'm like, they look like you could go outside in them.
Yeah, I think you could, but I mean, I wouldn't go run a marathon or, walk where it was dirty. Certainly not. You could walk on a clean sidewalk.
I love the Wren.
Yeah. So I'm going to put the link in the show notes, but it's slippers. It's just such, I don't know. I think of that when I think of Mother's Day, or like a nice, like, a sort of a gift that people wouldn't necessarily spend like $100 for a pair of slippers. I mean, I wouldn't do that for myself, but boy, would I appreciate it if somebody decided to do that for me.
Hint.
Yeah. So anyway, and the Wren in 7.5 would be great if anybody's listening.
Okay. I have a huge list, but I'm going to be, since I don't know if we'll get all my list in, I want to tell you about something that I saw. I loved it so much. I just went ahead and ordered it for myself. So you don't have to buy that for me, kids, but I think I'm going to get it for my mom too. It's called the Touch Marble Vanity Mirror, LED Vanity Mirror. And it's square, and the frame around it is this beautiful gold, brushed gold. And it has all these little tiny lights all around the whole frame. They're little tiny, and you can touch it to dim it or make it brighter.
Oh my gosh.
And it's very reasonable. You can get
How big is it?
Well, I got it at Nordstrom's, but I don't have the link up on my computer screen at the moment. Okay. But it's a pretty good size.
Oh,
and it's square, which I thought was so nice.
Do you plug it in, or is it
batteries? No, it's 2 AA batteries.
Oh, nice.
This might solve my problem for Ava's room, because all the walls are, angled. So how do you hang a mirror? So I keep getting her mirrors and propping them up, and one fell and broke. And I'm just hoping we're not going to have 7 years of bad luck. This might be the thing.
Oh, it's so pretty. And I thought, hey, I could even put this like on my desk in my sitting room, and I could like make the drawer in my desk for all my makeup and stuff. Yeah. This might be a really good answer, because it is
Touch Marble Vanity Mirror, you say?
From Nordstrom's. And
nice.
I'll put that in the show notes, because it's beautiful.
Okay.
And it's $40. Like, hello.
Nice.
Right. So I've got an idea that is something to do with mom.
Oh, I love it.
Right. Now, but no, I don't want to cook on my on Mother's Day. Wait a minute. Let me say that. But you could cook with mom. But I would want to do that another day. So you can announce it.
Why don't
We're going to be cooking together tomorrow night or something, but I don't want to do it on Mother's Day.
Anita?
I think that would be fun. Yes.
Excuse me. Why don't you get, like, they have cooking classes everywhere. That would be fun. You wouldn't have to clean up.
Yeah, that's true. And I've done some of those. I did the Indian cooking class, and it was phenomenal here in Houston.
Yeah, I'd love that from my kids.
Right. But another thing, let's say you don't want to do the cooking. Another thing is just to do a coffee date. Set up a coffee date that could be on Mother's Day, but I like to do that during the week. So I think that would be a special treat for mom.
Yeah, just setting aside the time.
Yeah, because, I really think you have to think about the person's love language, because remember, some people.
Oh, I love that.
So remember, so some people like acts of service, some people like affirmation, words of affirmation, or time spent. So I really want you to kind of think about mom and what she likes, because we're talking here. Some of these things are gifts. Some of them are things that you do that are acts of service, things you do for mom, and some of them are spending time with mom.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
I think I'm trilingual, though, because I think I like all of those things.
Well, there's 5.
That's right,
I
do too.
Do I have to pick? Oh, wow.
I don't know.
You don't have to pick.
I don't think so.
All right. Okay, so if I was having coffee with my mom, and it was a little chilly, I would want to throw around her shoulders, and probably my own as well, because it's under $55, a cashmere wrap shawl.
Oh,
where can you get a cashmere wrap for $55?
Exactly.
$54.90. Exactly. Well, you'll have to check the show notes for the link.
She's going to make us wait.
In a beautiful, I would get the blue. My mom, because I like to wear blue, but I don't like to live blue. And I probably get sort of the weedy colored, neutral color one for my mom. I think that would go with, because she is autumnal, and that's the closest to autumnal. So yeah, it's so pretty. I think they're 18 inches wide and like 80 inches long. So I love something like, I have a black one of those. And I have to say, it's one of the things that I have used the most overall, not this exact brand, but I've gotten this years and years ago. I take it on every plane ride I ever go on. If I have an evening dress situation and you need just something to go over your shoulders, that comes out. So I've used it as a pillow and a blanket on airplanes. I've worn it to the finest events I've ever been invited to. Like, it's a thing that goes everywhere. So I think that's a great item to get.
I'm going to order that as soon as the show notes comes out.
I want to. Yeah, maybe she'll tell us after we finish recording.
Listen, if you were my mom's, you know what I would get you?
What?
A really trendy looking or really beautiful electric tea kettle.
Wow.
Oh, well,
because you're both tea drinkers.
Yes.
Well, and I actually have one that I love because you can set the temperature. And so, a certain, you want a lower temperature for green tea. So I have a green tea setting, and then I have another setting for black tea. And then there's also a setting, and I'll link to it because I got it on Amazon. I'll include the link, but there's also a setting on there that you can keep the temperature, set. So it will stay warm. And it'll keep it heated. So that's a really nice option as well.
And that's such a nice gift if your
thoughtful.
Mom loves tea, or if she likes hot cocoa out of like, a packet or a container. Right. And that's something that maybe she wouldn't buy herself.
Well, and if you don't want to go the electric route of keeping the temperature set, another option is a tea cozy, which is very low tech, but they're so cute. I love tea cozies.
They're so cute.
I have one that's like a Scotty dog that's so cute.
And there's probably one on French needle that you could then,
They do have some on French needle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
Okay. So how about, gift cards are great. I think gift cards for anything that your mom loves is great. It's kind of fun to pick it out. But, my girls did this for me one year, and it was really fun because they were just getting into not wearing makeup, but just the idea of makeup and all of that, when they were turning into teenagers. And so they got me, I'm sure Peter, expedited the situation and helped them out, but they got me a Sephora gift card. And not only did they just hand me the Sephora gift card, it was like, Mom, we're going to go. I mean, I'm sure they wanted to go too. And, I think everybody who's listening probably knows Sephora is, the big makeup store, and they have so many different brands. And so we went, and they had booked me like a makeup session. And if you spend a certain amount of money, they do a freebie on you for like a half hour. And it was so something I would not have done. And they had fun watching it happen. And obviously they tried different brands and colors and things on you that you may or may not want. But out of that one visit, and I know this is a little off decor, but since it's Mother's Day gifts, I purchased two of my absolute favorite, longtime favorite now, makeup supplies that I'm going to share with you guys. Okay, so it's the Kate Somerville Goat Milk Depuffing Eye Balm.
Oh, is that the one in the purple container?
Yes, that I told you about.
You've showed it to me twice. I still haven't bought it. And I was just thinking about it yesterday. I was like, I need to buy that.
I love that. It goes right under your eyes. It has this sort of tingly rosemary feel, and it does depuff your eyes. And then
put it in the show notes.
From Benefit, the Pore Professional Pore Primer. You have no pores. You are porcelain. It's absolutely a miracle.
And
is that one why again? You look so good?
What?
It's the Pore Professional. Instead of professional.
Yeah, I got it.
It's your pore primer, and it's by Benefit. And you can get those. I'm sure you can get them lots of places, but that's where I was first introduced. And I thought of those because that was part of a Mother's Day gift maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Very cool.
Yeah,
nice.
So fun. So that, such a girly thing to do. And then, of course, we went and got some lunch, and, we had such a fun day, and everybody had their little Sephora bags. And
well, yeah. And well, now, was that part of it? Did you buy them stuff while you were there? That's what I want to know.
Of course.
Yeah, that might have been part of it.
I think I may know why you were given that gift.
Exactly.
That trip.
It's the gift that keeps on giving to the givers.
What a memory.
So what about pedicures and manicures?
Yes.
Together with Mom.
So
that
fun.
happens on a regular basis at our house.
Well, it happens here too, but I just said
We
it
don't
for
wait
Mother's
for
Day.
Mother's Day.
We do that a lot together.
I do have this is sort of practical but good. Have you ever heard of the product called Tile? It started out as a key finder, like for people. It's a little tile.
Yes,
and
okay.
If you've lost
I have
your
seen
keys,
that.
they have them for glasses, that like readers. I'm always losing my readers. You can put them on your phone. You can put them on anything. I think that is such a good idea.
Is it spelled with a Y or with an I?
No, Tile. Tile.
Oh, just like that. So what do? You put like a little chip on your readers and then you have the thing and it finds them?
And it finds things for you.
Well, there's not a week that goes by that we don't use the Find Your iPhone.
Yes. Know all about that.
I just think it's a really nice thing to have if you're always losing. Like I'm always saying, I can't find my readers. Where are my readers? Usually they're on the top of my head.
Yeah. And you can put
some
those
people
on.
wear tiaras. My tiara are my readers. But there's really nice if you have, if your mom loses her keys, even if it's, just in the house or whatever, you always can find them.
Oh, yeah. And you're giving her the gift of time there as well. So it's such a waste of time to be looking for something.
Isn't that the truth? But you're looking and looking and looking, and then you realize they are on your head.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look at the mirror first, maybe.
Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health, potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about. Visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order.
I have some music that I love, and I love to be introduced to new music, and my girls are so into music, and they're always introducing me to new things. And I love French music, and I love to have it on the background. And I think I've mentioned on the prior podcast that there was this great channel that you could get on the Alexa, but I think they've now discontinued it because she's just ignoring me when I ask for my French cooking music station now. So she doesn't come up with it anymore. So now I've started backtracking to some French music I used to listen to years ago. And one of the vocalists that I love is Carla Bruni. Have you guys heard of her?
No.
She was a supermodel, like super, super gorgeous model. And then she was the first lady of France. I don't know if you call it the first lady of France, but she was, yeah. Mm-hmm. But she's a singer, and she has an absolutely beautiful, sort of whimsical, sort of magical tone. And she sings in French, and she's got a few albums. So if your mom is into something like that, maybe introduce her to a new singer. It doesn't have to be Carla Bruni. There's also romantic French classics, which she has a couple of tracks on. That's a really great soundtrack of various performers. But it doesn't have to be the French music, but just maybe introduce your mom to something new, or bring back some classics that she enjoyed, and either make her a playlist, which is so nice, or get some downloads, or you could actually go the old CD route.
Or take her to a show.
Yes.
Yeah. Now this is such a sweet Mother's Day gift. And these are our sponsors, Chapbook.
Oh, right.
They're our sponsors, and you can make 60 pages of pictures with captions. I think it's like for around $8. And they have the most beautiful covers. And just think, if you have, children, mothers love to show off their grandchildren. I have 2 grandchildren babies, and I have another one on the way. I guess when they start having them, we have babies in bulk right now. And, I just thought, I'll never do that. Like with these women who show off. It's I'm emailing Kelly.
We knew
and
you'd
Anita
be this
pictures
way.
of my babies and saying, "Oh, isn't he beautiful? Isn't she sweet?" But make a chat book of your kiddos and give them to your mom or your mother-in-law or an aunt who just loves them to pieces. So inexpensive. It comes off it can come off your Instagram feed, or I guess your camera roll, but what a lovely gift.
Because that's a great idea.
And it's small. It's a very
idea.
small book, so it will fit in the purse. And let me tell you, that will get used over and over
a little
and
brag
over
book.
again.
So
yeah. Or
Hey, can I
give your
add-
mom a gift certificate for that. And then she can do it herself.
Well, I have an announcement to make.
No.
Oh.
Guess what, ladies?
What?
We have hit 1 million downloads.
Just now?
Yes!
Thank you. We don't know who the millionth downloader was, but God bless you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, we just love you so much, everybody who listens to us. That's
Thank you so
awesome.
much. Really. We're so
Wow.
excited. And it's really, this is, thank you so much for listening. Because it's because of you and telling people about the podcast that we've made this big milestone.
That's a
So,
lot of listens.
It's a lot of
Oh,
downloads.
my
And Anita
goodness.
is our resident statistician, so she keeps us totally up to speed on all our numbers. And so it's no surprise that she was the one to announce that to us. Thank you for letting us know and on air and everything.
That we even hit 1 million while we're on the air.
That's very
that's
exciting.
so wonderful.
Oh my gosh, I got all tingly. Well, you know what? Oh, you know what else makes me tingly is when we get emails from everyone.
Yes.
And we just announced, I believe on the episode right prior to this, a couple of days ago, that we were now turning the attention for tip of the day onto our listeners.
Yep.
And so you hear, we tip. I mean, we all have all these tips every day or 3 days a week anyway. And we want to hear your tips, and we want to shine the spotlight on our tipsters, our listening tipsters. So today,
Who's our tipster?
first tip of the day tipster is Kathy H. And she has a great tip about how to get water stains out of wooden surface.
Oh, this is a good one.
Now, she explains that really it is just moisture that has gone under the surface, obviously. Right. So when you think about it, it's true. It's water, and water evaporates eventually, right? But so Kathy says, take a blow dryer and blow it back and forth on your water stain for about 30 to 60 seconds, and it will magically disappear.
Wow.
Whoa, I can't wait to try this.
Now,
Can I just add? Can I add
Here's
one
the
thing to
you
that?
don't want a water stain, but if you get one, you can't wait to try it.
But if you have, but sometimes heat can damage wood. So why don't you try it on that warm setting? Don't do it on the
There
hot.
you go.
But
Okay,
that's
good
such
point.
a great idea.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yes, thanks,
Oh.
Kathy. And if you've got a tip, send it to us. Decorating tips and tricks at gmail.com. Put tip of the day in the subject line. And hopefully your tip is going to be read during our decorating tips and tricks episode.
Oh, yeah, it will be because we're going to go on forever and always. And I'm sure, we'll just
Yours will be on at some
just
point.
keep listening.
Yes. So thanks so much for joining us today. It was fun. I hope you have a happy Mother's Day. And, we all love mothers and Mother's Day. So thanks for hanging out with us. And remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Hey, everybody, we want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com, or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. When you subscribe, DTT comes free right to you 3 days a week. So until next time.